In a lighthouse, we find darkness. We're going bump in the night this week on Hapless Heroes.
I feel like my new catchphrase is about to be, let's put a pin in that.
Hello and welcome to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave and I'll be your host and Dungeon Master for this evening.
Hi, Dave.
We'll start this week as we start every week. We switched up a little bit, but this week I'm going to start with my right with Francesco as the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom.
I have a plan and I'm in the darkness.
To his right we have John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
What do you see down there, Felix? Anything?
To his right we have Mike as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind.
We shall descend the manhole.
And to his right we have Phil as... It was Arasatra this week, right? Yeah. Phil as Arasatra.
Oh, I hope I can fit down there.
In that manhole.
That's what she said.
Mike's trying not to. He's not. Yeah.
I brought the lube! It was in my mouth. It had to come out.
Oh,
That's what. No, never mind.
nature's lube.
Oh, boy.
Moving on.
So recap. Listen to part 2.
Listen to part 2, but more or less, the party's been going through some teleporters in a lighthouse, and the lighthouse is pretty successfully under siege by this whole new kind of undead, you presume, that you've encountered for the first time. And this seems to be more like dead spirits taken from somewhere and extracted into these metal shells.
Yeah, which is super fun.
Yeah, it is super fun. I wonder where they could be extracting souls from.
And now I'm descending into a magically dark room, which I can at least see in that room that we previously had ignored, that like mechanical room.
Yep. So below this mechanical room is an, I don't know, either more or less mechanical room, but definitely a less traveled room that is quite magically dark for whatever reason.
Well, seeing as how I can see in magical darkness, why don't you let me know what I'm looking at here?
Well, I can let you know that you're looking at a whole, in what would be the center of the room, or at least the center of the room above you, is continued down what appear to be pretty much the same kind of stone that was in the room above, going down in that 10-foot aside square all the way down from the ceiling to the floor of this room. And the only path available to you is sort of what you might presume to be north if you were judging by the room above.
Okay.
Just a path about 5 feet wide in between some crates that are taking up everything you can see pretty much.
All right. So yeah, nothing else really noteworthy, just like sort of the egress of the room and like the crates and other things stacked up in here.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to let my companions above know. Hey, guys, it's kind of dark in here and like not the dark vision meeting type. But I see a way forward. If you just come down this ladder here, we can all link hands and I'll guide you to it.
Can Jarrell attempt to dispel magic?
Yes, you can, and I think I need to look up what kind of spell would be ensorcelled upon this place to figure out what kind of CR you're working against. Or
like what spell level, right?
Yeah. All right, so You are casting it at what level then, Jarrell?
Well,
Actually-
yeah.
Actually, I will be casting the spell. Let's save your spells for more direct contact.
All right. So then, what level are you attempting to dispel this at?
I'm going to be casting at 4th level.
Okay. You are, because I'm kind of having to scale darkness up, because obviously a normal darkness spell only does 15 feet. This is doing a much larger area. This is a much larger enchantment, and thus is also acting at 4th level. So what is the ruling on same level?
Oh, it's the same level?
Yeah.
For each spell, 4th level higher.
That would cover it.
It dispels it.
It just dispels it without having any checks. If it matches or is above whatever the level of the spell is at, then it just happens.
Right.
I wish I'd pitched it to 5th, but I was already committed at that point, so the magic is dispelled.
Hooray! I have dispelled the darkness.
Oh, and like Felix, I'm gonna take a moment. Like, I'm just gonna kind of exclaim as I take a moment as my eyes adjust back to the normal.
Yes. Now it's just normal darknesses. There are no sources of light in this room still.
Sounds good.
I
Come
mean,
on down.
yeah. Why light a light source in a room that doesn't need it?
Right. Well, why will it light a light source in a room that has magical darkness in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on down. It seems like it's just regular darkness now.
Well,
And
I'm
we
going to have some trouble seeing, so I need to light something. She's going to have to.
One.
She's going to have to pull a torch out.
There's always one. All right. Well, now I guess can you just fit yourself through the hole as is, or do you have to do that furball polymorph thing to shrink yourself down to average human size to actually get in there?
I'm not sure, Dave. How big is the hatch?
It is a 5-foot square.
I'm good.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, it's a reasonably sized thing, and the hallway here, the space between the boxes you're seeing, is about 5 feet wide.
Okay. The boxes
they-
labeled at all?
No, they aren't. It's just very stereotypical looking crates in various sizes.
Yeah, you would say that. I'm gonna open one and see what's inside.
You open the crate, and inside a great multitude of, I can't say packing peanuts, but that kind of crushed paper that they use to pack boxes with now, that more green-friendly stuff.
Green friendly?
Yes, green-friendly. Happens to be smaller crates, about 1 foot cube, packed into that box.
Are they all also full of packing paper?
Wait, you're saying that there are
Find out.
you're saying there's smaller crates inside the larger crates?
Yes.
Well, now I'm really intrigued, so I'm going to open one of the smaller crates.
You open the smaller crate, and there is just packing material inside.
Is there a smaller crate inside the smaller crate?
No, there's just packing material.
It's just crates of packing material that are being shipped in a crate of packing material.
Yep.
That or they're just all empty and they're just storing empty boxes down here. All right, fair enough. Well, shall we continue down this little pathway here?
If we want to spend 10 minutes, I could detect magic.
I mean, I can do it right now, and I flip my goggles
Oh, yeah.
down.
Forgot about that.
There is no magic in your direct sight.
Okay.
The hallway continues about 10 feet to the north and then turns to the west for about 10 feet.
We in relation to the 10-foot stone box cube that we saw continuing from the floor above.
You've now gotten to the northwest of it a little ways.
Okay.
Well, I'm curious. Do we think that's some sort of support pillar, or might that space encompass something rather, important?
That's a good question. Let's put a pin in that.
Captain?
Okay.
I do love that she always defers to the captain. It's great. It's great. It's a beautiful thing.
It's always when I'm like, I've zoned out for like a millisecond. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, Phil fucking like Phil's tuned in. As soon as you stop paying attention, he calls on you.
I think it's. I don't know why, but I feel like it's when Phil's talking. All of a sudden, I'm just like,
So you're like every teacher I hated in high school.
You're used to Hedrick.
Yeah, you're like every teacher I hated in high school. Me calling on you when you're not paying attention.
Yeah, Mike, how's it feel?
I think it's because you're a woman. Like, I don't think Quinn listens to you.
Whoa! You can't just say that.
Well, it's Quinn, not me.
Yeah, but yikes, man.
Well,
Character takes over and Mike just zones out.
He's
with
not.
the understanding that it's shithead behavior, our characters are allowed to kind of be shitheads
Right.
a little
We're
bit
all-
every now and again.
Right, we're all assholes. Quinn does not have experience as much working with women in his crew.
As
I'll put
his
it that way.
peers.
Sure. I mean, I consider all of you my crew. So that's not any different.
Right. We all work for him, whether or
Yeah,
not we
yeah.
believe that.
I look down on her as equally as I look down on all.
That's real equality right there.
Equal opportunity.
And as long as there's the firm
Asshole.
understanding that we all know in real life as players that this is misogynist, that we're allowed to be a little bit, unattractive in our thoughts and actions as characters, because hell, that makes it an interesting universe.
I know, it's just like it's weird because as a person, right, it makes you feel very uncomfortable.
It
when
is very
someone just
awkward.
Outwardly says that. But I get it, okay? It was a different time.
Hopefully that disclaimer is enough to not get us just absolutely, destroyed in the court of public
Listen,
opinion
I
several
think-
years in the future.
I mean, it might. You never know.
You think that's the thing? You think that's the one that's gonna put the nail in the coffin?
That's the one. That's the last
Probably
one.
not. No.
The things that
Not the broadswords comment, not all of the, not even veiled sexual shit that we...
My money is on the if you really, really love us. Those coming back to haunt us one day.
All I can say right now, I'm just going to say it right now, and I've said it before, okay? Like, this is pretend.
Mhm.
This does not reflect the real life views and aspirations of the people taking place in them. And we don't condone any of the things that we say anywhere at all.
We don't
at any
condone
point
any of
in
the
time.
awesome things that we're doing, no matter how
Humans-
awesome they might be.
Humans have free will, and they make their own choices.
right, as do characters.
We just have to roll for
Goddamn
them.
right. Shh, shush. Now let's end the suspense of disbelief.
Yeah, so we're ending all the suspense of disbelief, and you're still in a room full of boxes.
Yeah, I want to
Full of
go down the hallway.
Boxes full of boxes. We're in a room full of
well,
boxes.
hallway, so it went 10 feet to the north, and then it went about, it went about 15 feet to the west, and now it goes about 20 feet to the north from here.
I'm going to go to where it turns to the north, and then just, peek around the corner.
You get to there, and you peek to where it turns to the north, and you peek north, and you see that it goes 20 feet north. At the end of it, it seems to go east, but all you see are boxes stacked floor to ceiling.
It's just like a maze of boxes. Is everybody following me? I don't want to keep moving ahead unless people are actually behind me.
Yeah, Jarrell is.
Yeah, Quinn's behind you.
I am as well. I guess I'm kind of watching the rear and trying to get a feel for what this space is and why someone would waste so much time filling it up with nonsense.
That's fair. All right, I'll continue then. As long as I can look back and see that my people are behind me, I'm going to keep going and peek around to the east now.
You know what? You can ask me why this room is like that after this room's over with.
Okay.
So anyway, yes, the room is as described. It goes 20 feet to the north. It turns to the east after that, but it's all just boxes.
So it's a big room full of boxes.
Right
Another room
now,
full
as
of
far as you
boxes?
found, it's just a big room full of boxes with only one obvious path so far.
Okay.
And the room to the east, that's just full of boxes, right?
Well, it's not so much like a room to the east. This is just one continuous pathway that's always about 5 feet wide.
It's a pathway
With
through the
boxes.
boxes. We're still in
Yeah.
the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna okay. So around the boxes to the east, does the path kind of continue on? Does it dead end at any point, or does it?
It goes 15 feet to the east, jogs to the south 5 feet, and then continues back to the east a little bit.
I'm gonna keep following.
And then after that, it continues north about 15 feet and opens up to where you can actually see some stone wall from the north, kind of curving to the southeast. You're at the northeast of what would be the tower there, where it's sort of curving from flat north to off to your side, off to the east.
Is it flat wall?
It's curved wall.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, nothing on it, no features. Just
there's no
just the
features,
stone.
and the boxes continue to your right, so to the east, all the way to the wall over there. But 5 feet in, there's another path that goes to the south.
I will take that path.
How tall is the stack of boxes?
The stack of boxes goes all the way to the ceiling, which is 15 feet high.
So it's more of a column of boxes.
Yes.
We're in a maze of boxes.
Yeah, we're in a maze.
Yes. It's almost intentionally a maze of boxes at this point.
But with one path, one clear path.
With one clear path so far.
And there's really no way to check the other boxes to make sure they're all full of other boxes.
I mean, you could, but you'd have to, destroy them all individually.
Let's just keep moving.
Yeah.
I'm going to
It's
continue
almost like there was
following
a limit to the number of obstacles I put in here.
Yeah, I'm going to continue following the obvious path until there's a decision point.
Okay, so you go to the south 20, you go to the west 15, and then when you go to the south, about 15 feet to the south, there is a path to the east, and then the path continues on south for another 20 feet past that.
I'm gonna. Hey guys, do we have 10 minutes?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm gonna spend 10 minutes and resummon Slim, because she was exploded when we all teleported into that last room.
Okay,
She was.
you take 10 minutes, and Slim is resummoned
As a gazer.
as a gazer.
While you're
So-
taking the 10 minutes, Jarrell gets a little bored and uses, the detect undead thing. Let me try to scroll up and remember what that was exactly.
All right, yeah, I'm going to need to know exactly what a detect undead.
Divine Sense. Divine Sense I'm using.
Within 60
Okay.
feet.
Yep.
So was it undead fiends, fae, aberrations, and celestials within 60 feet?
And consecrated and desecrated.
That too.
All right, so all those things, there are none.
Okay.
None within 60 feet. Oh, I feel very safe moving
60
forward then. So, okay, that's very good. Thanks for that, Jarrell.
Just something to do while I was waiting.
Yeah, I'm going to tell Slim to take the path to my immediate east. And then I'm going to move south just beyond that, but not to the end
Okay.
path there.
As you go about 10 feet to the south of where that path to the east is, on your right, it turns from boxes into that smooth stone surface of that column in the center.
Okay, and no other path from there.
No, once that's on your right, the path continues to the south, just past the column, and turns to the right. So there are
Got it.
boxes in front, and the path is to the right, following that column to the right.
I'm going to hold here then, and I'm going to peer through Slim senses as she is heading east through the other path.
Yep. Slim heads to the east, and after about 15 feet, ends up in what would be an opening, about 10 feet square, that is at the end of that 15-foot path there. But there are no other things in this room.
Okay. I'll just control her and send her back to me.
All right.
She's
she is
kind of
back to
floating
you.
next to my head. It's like a little meatball with like 2 eye stalks.
What does your friend see?
Or 4 eyeballs, excuse me. There's nothing over there.
Doesn't seem to be much of anything.
Quick hold. This is what I imagine Slim looks like.
Looking at
You should be able to watch my
watch your stream.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh wow, he's a little creepier. I don't know. Is that a gazer?
Yeah. That is actually part of the additional rules or whatever in the DMG. You can actually make a gazer one of your familiars as a warlock.
No, I know that. I thought they had 4 stalks and like an.
Yeah, I think it's
eyeball
only
or something
4,
like
but
that.
that's kind of what I imagine.
But I like the
color.
sides. Well, the sides of it. There's eyes all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyways, Unshun. So
Well, Felix,
yeah.
obviously something is powering that beam.
Yes.
I'm not as familiar with this type of magic, but what could they have possibly ordered so much of that they would need all of these crates? Or what do you think is going inside? I mean, are these possibly parts for those constructs that we've seen?
It's entirely possible. But this room is laid out very deliberately and in a way that causes me to question, its purpose. Let's keep moving. Maybe the answers will reveal themselves to us in time. And I'm gonna then take that path where Felix was heading, right, and kind of curve around. I think you said it was to my right, so that would have been
Yes, so to the west.
to the west. Okay.
So it follows 10 feet along the side of that column, and then another 10 feet to the north from there, also along it, before the boxes force you off to the west.
Okay. Well, I will obviously follow the intended path.
Yep, which goes to the west 10 feet and then turns to the north.
I will go north.
And you continue to the north for 10 feet. It jogs to the west 5 and then continues north another 15 to open into another clearing. It's about 15 feet off to the west, about 15, 20 feet off to the north, where the curved outside wall, you presume, of the tower curves from approximately your northish to the west.
I'm going to continue following. This is fascinating at this point.
Yep, and the path continues. So about 10 feet off to the west of where you came into this clearing, there's another opening in the boxes that goes off to the south about 30 feet.
Just the one path?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Yep, and this one opens into a clearing. Almost like that from the north in the southwest of the tower, you presume, where the wall sort of curves. And the opening this time is along the south wall. I'm presuming you continue to follow?
Yes. I'm just like, I'm like laying this out in my head a little bit, and I'm just trying to okay, let's go.
The path continues for about 15 feet along that wall, almost as the wall starts to curve back in a northeasternly direction, like you're sort of hitting the southeast part of the tower. And it goes to the north 10 feet and then off to the east 10 feet.
Damn, this is like a winding path.
Yeah, we seem to be making our way in.
Some weird way in, but just kind of going all around in order to get there. Okay, I'll continue down the path.
Yep, the path goes another 15 feet off to the east, 20 feet to the north, and from there's what appears to be like a 10 foot by 10 foot sort of square opening off to your west.
I will head to the opening.
And from there, you reach what appears to be a dead end.
It appears to be a dead end. First things first, magic detection goggles are getting flipped down. And I'm staring at the dead end.
Magic detecting goggles flip down, and this 10 foot by 10 foot room that has an opening on the eastern wall in the southeast of the room has no magic to be found anywhere in here.
So we're just at a dead end with just the opening that we came in from.
Yes.
All right, let's investigate the wall.
All right. Who's doing the investigating, and which wall are you investigating?
I'm gonna start by investigating the wall that we ended at here.
Okay, so you have entered this room. The eastern wall only has about 5 feet on it, and that is to the north of where you had come into it. The western wall is 10 feet, the south wall is 10 feet, and the north wall is 10 feet. So the only opening in this 10-foot square is at the southeast on the eastern wall.
Where we entered.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like there's like, look at the northern wall.
All right. So what kind of role would you get investigating the northern wall?
And just use investigation, and that is all right.
I
Not
guess-
bad. 17.
I guess
That's
Jarl would help him too.
Well,
Want to help on that.
Well, are you going to be contributing the help to this?
By poking around and being as helpful in investigations as Jarl can, by pretty much just helping
I guess I'll
Felix.
take the advantage just
All
to
right.
see if I can get better. Okay. 18.
So what happens is you're sniffing around the wall, and Jarrell, while bumbling around, stumbles a little bit and bumps you on the ass. You are blasted headfirst through what is, instead of a box, cardboard covering a section of the wall going to the north.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad I picked the northern section here. That was not by any sort of intelligent deduction. That was literally just guessing. I'm not going to give.
And
myself
Jarrell
any more
pushing
credit
you.
than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like we found the way.
The path goes 5 feet to the north and then opens up at a 10-foot wide passage heading slightly to the east.
Yeah, I will follow that.
Yeah, looking around the corner, you see a circular platform,
Like a teleporter? Like similar to the teleporters we've seen?
similar to the teleporters you've seen.
Yay!
What say we, friends? Into the unknown?
We've only did it 10 other times today.
That's the attitude I like to hear, and I'm going to step on the platform.
All right. Is anybody else stepping on the platform behind him?
Yes.
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 All right. So everybody steps on the platform. In a 1, 2, 3. Zhuzh, zhuzh, zhuzh. And you appear in a room which is about 25 by 25, and you appear on a platform at the south end of the room. At the western wall, it appears to be bars, pretty tightly together, only with about 6 inches between them, which opens up into some sort of room on the other side. And on the side, on the east side of the room, is those bars were to the west. On the eastern wall of the room, there is a panel that has 9 levers on it. And
9 or 90?
9
9.
levers.
9. Okay.
N-I-N-E. And some sort of small display window above it. All of those levers are in the middle of what appears to be some sort of like cross-shaped space, kind of like an up, down, left, right, like a joystick or like a shifter of some sort.
Wait. And what position are all of these levers in?
And all of these are in the dead center right now.
And there's 9 of them.
There are 9 of them.
Well, that's fun.
Look for the instruction manual.
No, there isn't one.
How
We
do you
entered-
know?
We entered from the south.
You entered on a teleporter platform that is in the south of the room.
What's on the north side?
On the north side is just a bare wall.
Okay, thank you.
But to the west, there's
It is a
bars.
very soothing tone of taupe.
How many bars are there? Like typical jail bars, I guess? Or...
Yes, typical jail bars. Let's see, and that's about 30 feet, so every 6 inches, so about 60 of them.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
I mean, it'll probably be 58, 59 actually, but whatever.
is there anything beyond the bars?
Yes, the room continues for another 30 feet past the bars.
Anything noticeable on that side of the room, looking through?
It's a little hard to see. You might have to try to perceive or investigate through if you wanted to do that.
I would perceive.
All right.
Ooh. 7 plus 9, 16.
A 16. There's something going on in the floor in the far back right corner of the room. So what would be the far northwest, but it's a little hard for you to see from there. But otherwise, there's just a thin layer of dust on the floor.
I'm going to just appease Durrell, and I'm going to search for an instruction manual on this lever device and investigate the area around it.
I'll help him.
All right, so how are you investigating?
I'm just investigating the area like on and around where all the levers are to see if there's any sort of anything that would instruct us on how it works.
Okay, so you're investigating the panel. Fantastic. With help.
Yeah, that's going to be 16 even with the help.
A 16 with the help. So you are unable to find any sort of instruction.
All right, we go with plan A, and I'm going to take the first lever to my left. Because are they arranged just in a line horizontally, all 9 levers?
They are just in a line horizontally,
All right.
all 9.
First one on the left, so number 1, I'm going to push it into the up position, like the north position.
All right, first one is up.
Any change in the display?
No change in the display.
Screw it, they're all going up,
All right, so all 9 go up.
and nothing changes.
Nothing changes on the display.
Well, I'm going to reset them all to their original position. In
You
a sense.
reset them to the original position. The display does not change.
Try start on each one. Do all. 4
Yeah. That's what I was going to do. So now, can it only move in 4 directions? So like up, left, right, down.
Up, down, left, right, or neutral.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the first one in the left position.
All right, first one is left.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
First one down.
First one down, nothing changes.
First one right.
First one right, nothing changes.
Damn it.
Yikes. I don't remember finding anything that would even give us a number for this. Like, I feel like brute forcing this is gonna take a long fucking time. Like, did we miss something? Like, there was that room with the thing that we can crank up, right? That I didn't crank up all the way. There was that, like, spinning dial.
What I'm almost thinking is most of these floors have had 4 of these teleportation pads.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe those could signify possibly 9 floors? And the teleportation sequence that you go through would be which direction you pull the lever in from top to bottom, or I'm guessing.
That's a really interesting way of looking at it there, Arasatra.
I think it's a little beyond me. If you would give me a moment, I may be able to gain some assistance from, well, my deity, the Earth Mother.
Listen, man, we've invited a lot of deities into this whole situation. What's one more? Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to cast divination.
All right.
So I pull out some incense, and I do have a sacrificial offering appropriate to my religion. Since I'm from the grasslands, I have some flowers and grass, and actually a small snake. I pull the snake out.
Were you just keeping that in your bag the whole time?
Well, yes, I have many friends. Certainly, he is better company than some.
She says as she holds the knife over the snake, right?
And she is going to snap the neck of the snake, bleed the blood out, and draw a symbol of her deity, the Earth Mother. And the magic and offering can put me into contact with my God. And I can ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. And it says the DM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. And it does not take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or the loss or gain of a companion. If I cast a spell 2 or more times before finishing a long rest, there's a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that I get a random reading. And the DM makes this roll in secret. But for the first casting, I would get a truthful answer, which may be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. And the question that I'm going to ask is, "Oh, Earth Mother, if this helps me to rid this land of these awful beings, please tell me what is the solution to this puzzle?"
And you don't have to roll like Hoblet did. You're just supposed to answer.
Yep, I just need to come up with a nice cryptic answer here.
Right, because the divine intervention feat that he has, like when it does succeed, is like true divine intervention, not just divining like some sort of message, right, and having to interpret what that
Right,
means.
like the god can come down and smite whatever's in front of you if you want it.
It could be literally any intervention at all, which is why it's such a low percentage chance for it to happen.
Well, and in this case, it's a truthful answer, but if anything, it might just be another clue.
Well, we have currently 0 clues. So even 1 clue is better than 0 clues.
What does Ja-Rel think about seeing another religious member of the party?
I mean, he's fine with it. It's not like he thinks Valen's the only god anybody should ever pray to.
Alisacha's not a infidel?
No, I don't think the Order of Valen really functions that way. At least not as far as I've been aware, and definitely not as far as Ja-Rel holds himself.
Just what can you remind me of what was it that you had done, Arasatra?
So I had burned some incense and produced a snake, and I snapped the neck of the snake and ripped its head off and drained the blood and drew a symbol. And then I asked my god if this will help me rid the land of this undead curse, what is the solution to this puzzle?
Okay. Oh, good. You had the incense still going. So
yes.
The smoke rising from the incense stirs slightly, and the smoke, instead of going straight up, starts veering toward that display panel above the levers.
And do I see anything specific on the display?
It appears to be just a dark square, about a foot on, like a 1 foot by 1 foot square of some sort of reflective black set in the wall.
But there's the smoke from the incense now.
Yes, and the
around
smoke
it.
is now veering towards it and just heading straight at it, kind of hitting it and turning into a poof right at the center.
I'm going to try pulling the lever on the very left to like a position. I'll put it to the left. Does the smoke change?
The smoke does not change.
Okay, just curious. I'm going to reset that one so they're all center again.
The smoke is just at the center.
It's like hovering around and like kind of like poofing into the center of this display. Like it's signaling to this display.
But it's not showing any direction or specifying any specific levers.
Right now, at your casual glance, it has shown you nothing.
I will, I guess, investigate the display itself, the display proper.
Yes.
I would like to give guidance for Felix to make this check.
That.
Earth Mother, guide my companion.
Oh, that's wonderful. 26.
26. So it appears to be some sort of clear surface over a dark hollow box. It seems slightly obscured in some spots, but not in some others on that pane that you are looking through, almost as if, almost like it's clear in a pattern, but you can't quite see through it because the entire box is dark.
But it's almost like it's hollow, and there's some sort of something inside.
There's
right?
something going on with the with that clear panel looking in.
Would you like me to remove this panel, Felix?
Yes. Just don't break it.
Jarrell will try to pull the panel off.
Okay.
Like the reflective surface.
Are you just doing it with your bare hands?
Hulk strength.
Okay. First, I would like you to make a simple dexterity check.
Oh, a dexterity check? That's the one I wouldn't be able to do.
Okay. I just need one of those first.
14.
With a 14, you are unable to get a good grip on it because it is flush with the wall.
Wow.
Let's see, how could I get in there? Because I have a crowbar and stuff. Like I could just break it, but I don't know if we want to break it.
I mean, you can try to pry it off with the crowbar, I guess.
Arasatra is more interested and just focused on what the smoke is doing. And she will try all 4 positions on one of the levers. I'll take the one all the way to the right. Just because I feel I might get a signal if I put it into the right position. I want to see if the smoke reacts on either one of those. Just on one of the levers, all the way to the right. So number 9, I guess.
Okay, so on number 9, when you move the lever into any position, the panel goes even darker, where it becomes translucent. You are unable to see through.
That was not the result I was expecting.
Well, I'm thinking these must be done in a sequence. However, I believe my Earth Mother will let us know if we have the right answer. I'm not sure what the incense is telling me.
We'll reset that one then.
Yeah, put it right back.
Are there screws, or how is the panel fashioned in?
You are unable to discern.
So
It is flush with the wall, and there is no gap that you can really get any part of your hand into.
Darrell pulled out his hammer.
I would say, 1 second, after the lever is returned to that neutral position, you can some of that panel is obscured, and some of that panel is transparent again.
Maybe not all levers need be turned.
I think that.
So I'd like to go one in and see if that does any different. So number 8.
So number 8, and what are you trying to do with it?
I would put it up. See if that does anything. Does that make it more translucent or less?
Up does not change anything.
Okay. Down?
Down does not change anything.
Left.
Left does not change anything.
And right.
Right does change it to something different.
Something different being what?
You can't quite tell. You can see it shift a little bit, but because it is a darkened box behind it, it lacks definition.
Let's move the right one again. The rightmost one, number 9, also to the right then.
So the rightmost one then shifts the pattern, whatever it was, back to what you think it might have been before.
So I think each of us should take 2 levers and try the up, down, left, and right.
Okay.
and see which ones do what. And we've already tried the first one, the 8th one. Which other ones did we try?
Here we go.
It just seems to be like it's darkness over darkness, and it's hard for you to tell, in between the two.
I guess we're brute forcing it. So,
Charlotte's going to set her torch down, and she's actually going to turn around backwards because she did think that there's something behind those bars, and she is concerned that if we just open up those bars with our backs turned, that something or someone may actually get the jump on us. So she can hold on to the 2 levers. She has put her torch down in front of her. She's staring at the bars
Turn around.
Yeah.
Righteous paranoia. Okay. Well, I'll take the first 2.
So 2 and 3. Right? Because we already tried 1, and 1 didn't do anything.
With any direction? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe. I'll take 2 and 3. Sure.
I'll take 4.
There was a different set of circumstances when you were working with 1.
Right.
Do you want to try 1 and 2 again?
Give me 1, 2, and 3. Screw it. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Quinn's
I
on
could
4
be
and
doing
5.
this differently. So instead of everyone just toggling things all at once, how about you give me a configuration of how you want the levers 1 through 8, and I will tell you what's kind of going on.
I thought there were 9.
There's 9. Yeah, but
Oh.
there are 9.
8 is going to stay to the right.
Yeah, I'm screwing this up in my mind a little bit too.
All right. So, yeah, we'll say that 8 stays in the position it's at, which is, you put that, to the right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That one was to the right.
8 is to the right, yes.
Okay. I'm going to go... Hold on a second. Now, this is... I'm stretching here. Does anybody remember the exact path we took to reach this room?
No.
Like, that
I didn't write that down.
Does anybody
That
remember
would be helpful.
Does anyone remember the directions that we
Filled
took?
Filled in.
Okay. So what I have first was that
I think I walked south.
yeah, when we went south, it took us to the maintenance room or the machinery room.
I'm talking about the specific maze that we walked to reach.
We just
there.
walked through.
Yes.
When we just did. Not the transporter maze.
I thought we were.
I will walk right back through this shit if I have to. I'll
Okay.
just send Slim over there. You know what? I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, send
I'm
Slim and we'll do it in reverse. We'll go in reverse.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Slim walk through the whole thing in reverse.
And we'll start at 9 and go all the way back to 1.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Let's see if this plan is worth something. So, I send Slim out the only opening, which is to our east, correct?
Okay, so there are no openings to the room you are in, but there is a teleporter pad in the south of the room.
Oh, right.
Send her back to the teleporter.
Fuck. Okay, well, I'm gonna send her back to the teleporter and see if I still have a connection with her. I'm gonna send her a mental note that if you lose connection with me, just get off the platform and teleport back in. I'm not about to squash her into the ether again.
Okay.
Or you could send her, if she teleports too far, loses connection, do the maze, and then come back.
Yeah, but
you know what? I'm not going to rely on the secondhand information of something that I cannot see through myself. Yes, she is my familiar, but I need to see it myself. So if I send Slim through the teleporter, can I still communicate with her? Is she still within 1,000 feet of me?
You send Slim through the teleporter, and you have no response from her.
Ah, fuck.
So she would come back then, right?
Yes.
I'm going to wait it out.
What kind of time period did you give her to come back?
It was like 3 Mississippi.
Okay. At about 3 Mississippi and just that little bit of change, she comes back.
Okay. Well, guys, I'm going to go back. And
Would you like one of us to go with you, just in case?
you know what? Sure. Yeah, buddy system. Let's do that. And let's walk back through this whole fucker because we didn't record a single damn thing, and now I'm a little mad at myself for not doing that.
I was hoping somebody else would.
I kind of did.
You did.
Yeah. So we entered from the top. We came down through a stairwell on the north side. There's west, south, and east. On the west side, it took us to a room where one of those egg guys was smashing the north teleporter. And
Right.
There's another west, south, and east.
You're still thinking we're talking about the
You're
teleporter.
Oh,
You're
what are you
thinking
thinking?
about
I'm going through,
We're talking about-
through
we're
there.
talking about the maze.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
The
go through the
exact
maze.
directions that we went through in the maze. Okay. So I'm going back through who's coming with me.
Yeah, Jared, I'll go with you.
All right. You guys stay here. We'll be back in a few. So
Okay, so what information are you looking for?
we are going to walk back through the whole
Jog.
fucking
We're gonna
thing.
jog the
We're going
path.
to jog the path that we went through. You know, to get back to like the ladder or area up, like outside of the dark room. I want to walk that whole thing back and record every direction that we walk.
Okay, so are you looking for the directions from the start or from the end?
We're going backwards, so it's gonna.
No. Fuck that. I'm not about to reverse this. We are walking all the way to the start and walking from the start back to how we got down here and recording it from the first direction to the last.
So the second we land in the room off the teleporter, Jarrell puts Felix on his shoulders and sprints as quickly as he can without tripping and falling into the boxes back to the start of the box maze.
All right. You're doing this with him on your shoulders?
I at least got him to the start of the maze with him on my shoulders, yeah.
Okay, good. Just audience, in your mind, slow it down just ever so slightly and play Chariots of Fire in your head while this is going on. Do you have this in your head?
Yes.
Good. All right, good. Keep this image in your head while they're going back. So they get back to the start. There's a lovely cinematic image that I just wanted to impart on everyone because I thought it was cool, and since I'm the DM, I get to dictate that sort of thing. So, from the start, your directions are as follows. North, west, north, east, south, east, north, east, south, west, south, west, north, west, north, west, north, west, south, east, south, east, north, east, south, east, north, west, northeast.
Damn it! That is way more than 9.
That is
I'm
more
also
than
in-
that.
Look around.
Well, I'm also enjoying the fact that I think some of them were more like southeast and northwest rather than actual norths and souths and east.
No, it was all cardinal directions in order.
Oh, okay.
I was just,
There was a
trying
lot
to
of
keep
turns.
it somewhat condensed because there were more than 9 turns.
The entire way that we're walking through, Jarrell will poke the boxes with his sword because one was cardboard, so he'll be doing that the whole way through as well. Were there any more?
That was the only cardboard thing.
Okay.
All the rest were actual boxes.
All right, yeah, he's just checking them.
Shit.
That didn't help.
Shit.
So we go back to the teleporter completely dejected.
Go back dejected and get back to this room. There is still a darkened display panel of some sort that just doesn't have whatever backlight it needs to work properly or something.
Okay,
And
back
this
to
hap-
brute force.
Well, I'm upset.
Yeah.
Only because, like, the idea with the teleporters that I think Arasatra initially had, like, we could have picked any direction. So I don't think it has anything to do with, like, which ways we've gone.
While Jarrell and Arasatra are discussing it, Jarrell will go to 6 and 7.
Who and Arasatra are discussing it? Because, like,
Well,
I'm not Jarrell.
Sorry, Felix and RSL to redress
Okay.
directing it. Jarrell will go to 6 and 7. And on 6, he will try up.
Okay, 1 second.
Yep.
Oh no.
If there is a solution, I just need to check against it, that's all.
I hate when he rolls things.
Oh, no, I'm not rolling. I had to write it on paper to make sure, and count it in. That's why.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And you're saying 6 and 7?
Yeah, I'm starting on 6.
Okay, and what do you have for 6?
Up.
Okay. Are you looking for a change after that one?
Yeah.
No change.
Okay, so based on his hint, Jarrell doesn't have the insight for this.
Now, Dave, if anything, if you have to look away from the camera, look the fuck away from the camera. There are exactly 9 movements in the Konami code, which is up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, start.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, I think I was thinking the same thing. It's up, down, left, right, left, right. You're forgetting the other left, right. Yeah, it's up, down, left, right, left, right.
Down,
B, A,
left,
B, A,
right,
start.
left, right. It's
still only 8.
Okay.
I was thinking the same thing. We could do it and see if one of them's just blank. I don't think it's the answer, but
Already on number 8, it's a right. And then the left before that didn't seem to have a reaction.
right.
He said left on 6.
Oh, let's try left on 7.
Left on 7 does get a change.
Ooh.
So right on 6.
Right on 6 gets a change.
So it is the Konami code. 5 on left, or left on 5.
Another change.
Down on 4, down on 3, up on 2, up on 1.
All right, so you have the Konami code, except number 9 is in the neutral position.
And we're going to keep it that way.
Yes, and the panel goes completely clear.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I was going to say it before, but there were 9 levers, so I was like, that can't be right.
Yeah, and you would actually seen it numbers, like 8 with 8 wrong. Goes 9 with that last one wrong. It went completely dark. If someone had cast a light cantrip on the inside of that box, you'd have been able to read the display.
Oh, I don't think any of us. Well, maybe Harasatra does, but I don't have the light cantrip.
I
I have fucking
No,
dark
none of
vision.
you have the light cantrip because you all have dark vision, and you thought, oh, why the fuck would I want a light cantrip?
So instead, we're just going to put in a code that, for some reason, all of our characters just kind of know in their heads as a strange pattern, like up, down, down,
like,
left, right.
I didn't
The answer
mention
was in the room that you hadn't finished. So,
Well, I mean, like, to be fair, I feel like there could have been a nominal amount of error making as we saw the change in lighting.
Yeah,
That's what I was going
again,
you
we're
could have
brute-forcing
brute forced your way through it. There was a way to have a real time display to check your results.
and the solution was somewhere.
Yeah, and you had an easier time than normal of getting through the room before that anyway, so I don't feel any particular need to be that easy on you.
Fair enough.
Okay, well, what's through the display now?
The display is just clear.
It's just
There
clear.
is no change in this room.
Okay, that's fine. Something must have happened. Something has to have happened.
Now let's try up on
No,
the last
wait. Let's keep it in the neutral position.
We don't see anything through the clear display. It's just clear.
You do not. It's just clear.
If you want to pull that last lever, you be my guest.
I take
It's-
10 steps back.
I can see like, only enough with my torchlight, but I cannot light the other side of this chamber. Can I fit my torch through the bars?
Yes, your torch would fit through the bars. There's 6 inches of space between the bars.
I'm thinking I just want to kind of see what's on the other side of the room. I'm really kind of worried why you would have these bars and a really, complicated sequence to input on the other side of the room. My intuition says that these are connected, and I don't want to be springing a trap on ourselves. So I'd like to throw my torch under the bars and try to get it a little bit closer to aid my perception.
Okay, you can do that, and then make me a perception check.
Yeah, that's fine.
It also costs you the torch.
Oh, yes. 17 plus 9, 26.
Yeah, it just looks like some sort of hatch or panel in the far back right, so the northwest corner.
All right, now I'd like to go to the lever and put it up on number 9.
Number 9, if you put it up, that panel is no longer clear and has it's clear in the middle maybe.
Well,
but
it didn't do what I thought it was
going
to do. I'll put it back to the neutral.
Felix,
All right,
before we
it is
leave
back
this
to
room,
neutral. The
would you
panel is
mind
again clear.
sending Slim to check the other side of past the gate here?
Would Slim fit through the bars?
It's 6 inches. Yeah.
He wouldn't fit
It's 6 inches wide, so
everything is
I don't know
technically
what size
tiny.
is that gazer.
So let's see what size
Okay.
category tiny means.
Slim's fit in some really small areas.
Yeah, so
I think the gazer
Slim
is
is a
smaller
gazer
than
now.
a pseudo dragon. They're like about a 6 inch. They're like a softball, a little bit
they are
bigger than a
they're-
softball.
no. Tiny means that they are like their length or height is like 1 to 2 feet.
Oh,
So she could be like she's like
I
kind
thought-
of like I would say like about 1.5 feet round, right?
or smaller. Or smaller.
1 foot is
Probably
the
like
minimum.
basketball sized.
I've been picturing Slim differently the entire. She's almost as big as Felix.
Excuse me. No, I'm like 2.5 feet tall.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
She's minimum a foot tall.
I have a good foot on this familiar.
That always seems to be riding on your shoulders or in your pocket.
Yeah, look, I can wear a lot of layers, okay, Jarrell? Like, why don't you just stop it with the questions and the ruining of people's immersion, okay?
I'm sorry. I had looked it up, and it says there are typically only 4 eye stalks, and they're only 8 inches across. Gazers are small.
Okay.
Like I mean, tiny as in like real small.
Even 8 inches across, I'd have to like literally shove her through, like
Oh yeah, a little smush.
smush that little meatball through the.
I mean,
They're mostly. Is there a skull inside that thing? I don't even know what the anatomy
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
Arasatra, is there anything you could do to get in there?
Well, what I have prepared.
Does anyone have polymorph? We could like turn into a rat or something.
Right, I've seen Hedrick turn into a bird.
Right.
Yeah. Also, can't Arasatra take like a wild shape of like a small,
Ant?
like a tiny little, like a tiny little creature, like a mouse, and just like scurry on
Over
in
to the
there?
other side and then pull the lever.
Yeah, I can wild shape.
what
No,
lever on the other
Whatever's
side?
over there. Yeah.
It's
Sure,
just a
go in the
hatch in the
hatch.
floor.
Maybe.
I'm wondering. So, you said there's about 30 feet beyond the bars, and the hatch is on the corner.
Yeah, it's about a 30 by 30.
And on this side, how big is it on the side with the display and the level?
On this side, it would be 30 by 30, but the last 5
Bars.
feet on the east wall is taken up by that whole set of levers and display.
Well, I know for sure I could get over there. But once I open the hatch, I'm not so sure I'd be able to do anything about getting you there as well.
I feel like my new catchphrase is about to be, let's put a pin in that.
I thought you were still trying to talk to somebody. So far, all we encountered was that room full of seemingly sleeping constructs.
Yep, so I've kind of moved past that idea. Plans move fast here, Arasatri. You gotta kind of just like get with the pace here.
I never do anything rushed, Felix.
Where are the sleeping constructs?
Not sleeping. They were just like
There was a giant room full of constructs that didn't notice you.
Right, but they were all kind of like in formation in a circle in the center or whatever. They
were kind of milling around in the center area. They didn't notice you.
I think what she's trying to say is they were sleeping on us, but they weren't.
Yeah, that definitely.
Well, they weren't engaged in the battle going on outside.
Correct.
No, it looks like they were doing a pretty good job occupying the inside here.
I guess we need to backtrack.
Yep.
I'm about ready to just crank that one dial in the other room like straight up to the maximum, and let's just see what this combination of things does.
I think we should turn it off. What do you think the undead are after?
I don't know.
You said there's magics here. We saw all of those pictures of all of those weird-looking people.
Uh-huh. Did any of them look undead to you?
I'm saying something is occupying those constructs.
Uh-huh.
If this is some sort of, I don't know, with these teleporters, it's really hard for me to make sense of any of it. My stomach doesn't feel right about anything.
Oh, you'll get used to it.
Hope not.
Can we have this conversation?
You weren't eating Pregnart's cooking, were you?
What's that?
What?
You weren't eating Pregnart's cooking, were you?
Pregnart's cooking is some of the best that has ever raised the planet.
I think she would.
So,
yeah, that might still be the source of the stomach issues. He cooks really rich if you're not used to it.
yeah, a lot of bold flavors.
So I imagine we're having this conversation as we get back onto the teleporter to go through the cardboard hole in the wall.
That's
again.
kind of what I am assuming.
Yeah.
And then we can head back. I already deleted my notes. Never mind. I was going to repeat the directions we go back, but I already lost it.
As we walk back in those directions, Jarrell would kind of like to talk to Felix and Quinn that I would also like to check that series of gates. And yes, see what that giant lever does. Those are the two
the
kind
dial?
of leftovers. Yeah.
Yeah, the dial.
Yes, that's kind of exactly where I'm at. Let's start with the dial. I'm just going to that sucker.
You're just going to crank it up?
I'm going to crank that sucker.
All right.
We're gonna blow up.
So how do you guys get back to that place?
Ah, fuck.
Phil knows.
I've got it.
Arasatra knows.
We have to walk through the box maze. We have to climb the ladder up to the mechanical room.
Mm-hmm.
Do we notice anything about the beam, that central column?
Nope, it is solid through the box maze room. And in the mechanical room, it goes up about 10 feet, and then the 10 feet above that, it is that blue tube going out of the top.
Straight blue. And we see a sort of dim lighted tube going to the west, or just a straight tube going to the west?
There is a lit tube going to the west as well into a similar box. There's just some hose pipe stuff coming out to the east and going around a box there. And another one going to the north that went just past the hatch you had gone down.
Okay. So, the next course of action. I think that puts us at the south
That
side.
puts you at the south of one of the rooms, yes.
Is that the room with the stairwell in the north?
It is the room with the stairwell in the north, yes.
Okay. So, we want to go to the east. We'll go to the east teleporter, and that'll put us in the room with the desks and the gigantic control console with the dial. And there's
dial.
I'm going to walk right up to that.
Runes.
Yeah. I'm going to walk right up to that. Probably still, like, was it the first two, I think, or three that I had lit up by just, like, turning this thing slightly?
Yep.
There's also was there a display here, too, or just the runes?
Just the runes.
I'm going to keep slowly cranking it and watching the runes light up and just kind of feeling for any change in my environment.
Oh, the runes continue to progressively light up as you crank. And I presume you're going to go until all the runes are lit.
Damn right.
Yes. There is a light ding, like an old-timey microwave going off when you hit the top one.
Is there like a click, 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 like...
Yeah, any resistance?
It's just a smooth motion, but it makes that ding as you hit the last one.
Nice.
Right. Let's check out the gate area, hallway, strange place.
And we're off. Teleporting around again.
So you want to go to the hallway with the portraits?
Yeah. So I believe we go back out from this teleporter into that room we were in before.
Yeah.
I think it's west.
I think you're right.
Yes. We go to the west, and that's where one of the constructs was smashing the north teleporter.
North one. Right.
Yes.
And we go to the south. We go to there's an east and a south as well. So we go down to the south, and that put us in the school hallway.
And that does put you in the hallway, if that is where you're going.
Yes.
And as you enter the hallway, you'll note that all the gates are now up.
So it was either one or both of those actions that did this.
It doesn't matter which. Or does it?
Onwards and forwards, my friends. Onwards and forwards.
Well, at least we're getting somewhere.
So this hallway continues 300 feet. There are portraits every several feet down this hallway. Some are very, very old. Some are newer. They don't appear to be in any chronological order.
Any familiar faces along the way?
Yes. Actually, you see portraits both of the Lady Southwind and of Admiral Mara.
Oh.
Anybody else Jarrell knows? He's from high society.
Make me a history check, Jarrell.
15.
15. You do notice all these people would be, all have like names from the Kingdom of the Sea Lords. There are a number of Southwinds in here.
Okay.
Not a large number, but multiple. Like probably out of 200 in here, there are probably 5 or 6. Well, I mean, the name Southwind isn't this brand new thing that just cropped up out of nowhere.
It is not.
It's been kicking around for a bit.
Okay, so what's at the end of the hallway?
At the end of the hallway, there is another teleporter.
Well, I think we all know what to do here.
Yes. All the gates were in succession down this hallway, or were they on the sides of this hallway?
They were down this hallway, and now they are raised, where you can see the very bottoms of them at the ceiling.
Okay. How many gates were there?
There were 8 gates.
Okay.
There were 40 feet between each gate.
We hop on that last teleporter.
And everybody hops on the last teleporter. And and that's where we're going to end the episode this week, because we've definitely hit time. So if you do like us, and if you're willing to tolerate my continued use of cliffhangers, then you can find us on the internet. We're on such places as Reddit/r/Hapless Heroes Podcast. We're on Facebook, Hapless Heroes Podcast. We are both on the Twitter and the Gram at Hapless Heroes. All of those places will take you to the crown jewel of our internet presence, our Discord page, where you can meet, talk, and interact with us on all things D&D, general gaming and nerdery, and just real life on a day-to-day basis. We're always there, and we would love it if you would join us in our ever-burgeoning community of like-minded folks.
And shower us with praise, and only praise.
Yes. Now, if you do really, really like us, and you are so inclined to shower us with praise, you could leave a 5-star review for us on the podcast service of your choice. I trust that you know what podcast service you're on, and that it has a mechanism for leaving a review, such as...
Yeah, so because I am terrible at looking at other podcast services, I've missed a few great reviews reviews here. I didn't even notice that our boy Carson left us a review on Stitcher about 4 months ago.
Oh.
Yeah. Said I don't joke when I say this is the best D&D podcast you will listen to. The cast is hilarious and easy to listen to. Yeah. And you can tell this is a labor of love made amongst friends. Not only do you get a great storytelling experience, but this podcast makes you feel like you're at the table enjoying time with your buddies. And you know what? That was objective from day 0 of this podcast. The Hapless Heroes don't take themselves too seriously, and I think that's where the magic lies. It is unique and rotating cast, a few DMs, and the production quality is fantastic and only gets better. Listener, be warned, you will make sure you have plenty of time to binge, because I promise you will. And you will get caught up and look forward to Mondays when they release their episodes. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Carson. Again, it's 5-star human.
You
Always.
are 5 stars, Carson. 5 stars.
Other fucking stars.
Now, if you really, really, really like us, you could donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/HaplessHeroes. And there's a variety of reward levels, all the way from, the lower tiers to, you get there up there a little bit. You can, we got a little special channel on Discord. You can hop in and talk to us in, more of a snooty setting where we always browse our channel with our pinkies up. And we have bloopers in there, and it's a pretty cool place for that.
Yeah, the bloopers are also available right on the Patreon website as well.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Also, such neat little extras as the Hoblet Notebook Volume 1.
Mm-hmm. And our patron game night coming up August 29.
Ooh, yes.
And tasteful nudes.
Yes, there's always tasteful nudes.
Still at an undetermined dollar amount. You just kind of have to guess it.
Right.
Yep.
It ain't cheap. You ain't seeing it all for cheap, I'll tell you.
Yeah, this helicopter doesn't take off unless there's some stacks.
And
Speaking of helicopter.
Oh.
But it will. It will. I tell you.
Now, listen, my friends. If you like us, love us, really, really like us, Sally Field and the whole deal, get your hands on some of the newest deepfake technology and create an entire VR experience where the consumer will relive the entirety of the Hapless Heroes podcast in virtual reality.
That'd be cool.
With our faces superimposed on our characters.
That would be creepy.
If you
But
really
doable, very doable,
Really
especially if you get the tasteful nudes, because then you'll have all of our pictures.
Exactly.
Way cheaper than pumping someone's stomach.
Right. Much easier to model things when you have the real,
All right. So, after that, I got nowhere else to go but out. So I'm gonna extract in the most graceful way possible from the opposite way that I came in. So to the far left, we have Arasatra, played by Phil.
Thank the Earth Mother, finally.
To his left, we have Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind, played by Mike.
I am just going to talk as Mike right now. I really want to play Contra.
To his left, as Lord Jarrell the Light, we have John.
I'm getting used to this whole teleporter thing.
To his left is the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom. We have Francesco.
Teleporters rule everything around me.
Dollar bill,
Dream, get the money. Yeah, I've been Dave. I've been your host and dungeon master for the night. Before I try to pun anything else, I'm just gonna try to sneak out here, with a guilty look on my face. Bye now.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Machine.